So what I used to sell is called Fetties. They look like perk 30s, but they actually have fentanyl inside of it instead of oxycodone.
In the Twin Cities, opioid-related deaths are rising as fentanyl-laced pills are roaming rapidly in the black market, getting into the hands of our youth and killing them at an excessive rate. Our aim for this communal conversation is to educate, prevent, and provide awareness to our community about addiction and mental health stigma. We have met with a former dealer who used to sell these fentanyl-laced pills. He wishes to stay anonymous but was willing to be a part of our docu-series to help educate us about these deadly pills that are still roaming in our community.
So, who are your biggest buyers?
Top clientele, I'd say, is the Somali community. Mostly Somali females and the younger Somali kids.
Is it mainly girls, boys?
I'd say it's about 70% girls, but there is a lot of boys too, but it's mostly the younger generation, I'd say, between the ages of 18 through 26, 25. Girls would usually come with, older guys, because they're the guys that pay for it. They would call them peons, or, they'd be the type of guys that they hustle.
What if a girl doesn't have money to buy the pills? Do you lend them?
There is some girls that I let borrow. There's been times where girls would try to ask to do sexual favors and stuff. And me, I have sisters. I'm not the type of guy to try to take advantage of females like that. So when I see a girl is hurting that bad, I actually just lend it to them, or I might just throw them a free one. But I do hear of girls doing sexual favors to try to get pills, because, when you're going through withdrawal, it seems like, they're willing to do whatever they can to actually try to get the pills. That's why they usually come with older men that they, and I don't know what they do with the older men to persuade them to give them the money, but I'm guessing it's whatever they have to do to get them to pay for the pills for them.
What do you think causes them to want to buy the pills? Is it because of trauma?
I've talked to a couple females, because I used to be a user, and then I stopped using and I started, selling, but I try to get into their minds and see what made them want to use. And a lot of the Somali females, it seems like, it's a lot of childhood trauma, depression, and these pills is just like a blanket for what's really hurting underneath, for the depression that they're going through. I remember one female told me an experience about her being raped or fondled with while she was young. And she used to do the real oxycodone, but then that became too expensive, and now, this is a lot cheaper and it's a lot quicker and a better high for them, So I feel like it's a lot of depression, trauma, I feel like there's a lot of pain underneath the use, especially for the Somali females.
And they're numbing.
This is their way of numbing the pain,
So, let's say in one single day, how much would you be able to sell?
Oh, I could sell up to 400 pills a day if I really wanted, Sometimes I could sell up to 500 pills. And that's like, me not being a wholesaler. That's me selling it 1 or 2 or 10 or 20 at a time, On a good day, I could sell up to 1,000 pills if I wanted.
So, how many pills would they have to buy to get into that euphoric feeling?
It depends on how good their tolerance is, because some people that have been doing this for a couple months, couple years, they might take 4 or 5 pills. Some people, will buy 10 pills and do the whole 10 pills within an hour or 2 hours, It all depends on the person's tolerance, I guess. But 90% of the people, when they hit the first pill, you can tell that they start nodding off, you can tell they're really getting high, even though they might not feel that high they felt the first time they tried it, but they still start nodding off and getting high. But it's like a never-ending thing, though, because you're always going to chase that first high, but you're never going to get it.
Have you ever had a client that took it for the first time? Have they ever came back to you?
Yes. I remember I had a client that used to do the real oxys, and I tried to tell him, I told him that this has fentanyl in it, and he was aware it had fentanyl in it, so I tried to tell him not to do it like the same as you would the real oxys, and how, to take it at a smaller dose. He buys it every single day now. He doesn't even want to buy the real ones, because this is a lot cheaper, and it's a better, it's a better high than the real oxys.
Can you talk to us about the withdrawal, the feeling, the pain, the fear, and how long would that last?
So the withdrawal, they say, the withdrawal for fentanyl is worse than heroin. You get cold sweats, you start getting diarrhea, some people throw up, you definitely won't be able to sleep, you start shaking. So the withdrawal is it's a lot of pain, and that's kind of why it's so hard for people to quit, because they're scared of that withdrawal. And even when they quit, and they're sober for a couple of days, I feel like, they forget the pain that they went through to get sober, and then they go back to it, because you remember the high and the good feeling, but you forget how much pain you went through to quit.
Approximately, like, how long would the high last?
And it's quick. Like, you'll be high for maybe 10 minutes, and then it's gone. That's the crazy part. It's a quick thing. That's why you keep wanting more. Like, the high goes away, and you want more and more and more.
The difference between cartfentanyl and the fentanyl you used to sell?
So cartfentanyl is a lot more powerful. But the scary thing is, you won't know whether it's cartfentanyl or whether it's real fentanyl. That's the risky part. If somebody overdosed off of something, that's the thing that people start chasing.
So everybody wants that kill pill.
That's the thing that people want. Is like when somebody hears, oh, this guy overdosed off of, this guy's pills, everybody's gonna run to that guy's pills. Everybody's gonna try to chase that high because everybody thinks they'll be smart.
Do you feel any guilt selling the pills in the past?
I used to try to justify when I used to sell it. I used to try to be like, I'm not as bad as any other dealer. I might, hook up some people when they're really going through withdrawal. I'm always trying to justify, the fact that I'm selling it, but I do feel bad, That's kind of why I stopped selling it. It was because, I realized that, being a user in the past, that, I'm causing a lot of families pain.
As far as the community goes, how do you think we can stop this overdoses, deaths that's happening about fentanyl?
I think we need to start focusing on the underlying issue. There's a lot of people that use this because they're going through depression that nobody talks about. There's a lot of trauma that these people have been through that nobody talks about. If these people can get help with the depression and the mental health issues, they probably wouldn't be looking for, things to try to make them numb and things to get them high, you know what I mean? And start, opening up community centers where we have a lot of counseling, where, it's okay to talk about what you've been through, and they make it okay to get help. And I feel like the youth have to step up, and we have to make a difference in our community. We have to start being honest with ourselves, and we need to stop lying to each other and acting like everything is fine and there's no problems. Everybody has problems, everybody has issues, and there's nothing wrong with talking about it.
I'm not gonna lie to you, the way I come up with my habits is like by finessing niggas. I tell them what they want to hear. I take the money and I leave, and I run off. That's really what I do. Because there's a lot of creeps out there, and most of them are uptees.